Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are live. What's up, everyone? It's G the Prince, and I'm here for the first ever episode of Who Knows. I'm gonna call it Untitled G Project for now.
Who knows sounds good. I don't. Who knows is
Right?
actually good. Who knows?
Who knows?
Right. I think that's better.
Keep it as
Keep
Who
that.
Knows.
Who knows?
I will. We'll write it down. I'm gonna mark it down in my little notebook of potential
keep
names.
that. Who knows? Because you really don't know. So
who knows? So I'm here with, since you already came in talking. I'm here with the lovely Tina Channiel. Now, Miss Tina.
Yes.
I've known you for quite some time now.
Yes, many years.
Many years. way back when we was little pups.
Yes.
I call high school still little pups. People be like, I'm in high school.
Weren't you were in the 9th grade? I was in the 6th.
I don't know how old I am to you. If I'm 3 years older, then yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Because if you were in
I didn't even know
you
was
that
at
means I was in middle school. So yeah.
You started the school in middle school?
Yeah, I started going there when it opened originally. So.
Oh, so yeah, we was there. Mm-hmm. We was both there when it
first started. Opened. Yes. So I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah, I remember like my first year. For the people who don't know, we're talking about the lovely Pathways.
Yes. Yes.
Pathways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at that school, we went to a school. It was just, when we first got there, it was just like a hallway. One hallway.
Actually, it was not.
It wasn't the hall.
No, it was like a section of the hallway. It was a section.
It was 2/3.
It was just yes, literally. It was just like a section because we couldn't go. It was like in the middle. We would go up the middle stairwell, and like the middle was us, and we couldn't go like down the hall or anything else.
Couldn't do anything.
We couldn't do nothing. And then over time, it turned into a hallway. So they started calling us hallways.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We went from a corridor to a hallways.
Yes. Over time, as the school expanded, it became a hallway, literally. So they called it hallways. But what I discovered, because one day I took it upon myself to see what the entire school building looks like.
Oh, you took a tour. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it was like, because I have friends that went to the school 192. So, and like, because I went to after school program, and so we were just curious to know what the other floors looked like. So we walked through the building. And the second floor is actually the biggest floor. And it would have made more sense if we had the second floor. And because it's the biggest floor.
They only had like 3 grades, and most of them 8th graders been there for like 10 years. So
Exactly. So right.
It was so like I vaguely remember high school. Like that's how I feel. I feel like it's been so long.
Bits and pieces of it.
And pieces. Just the highlights. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Just the highlights. So look. So we got that out the way. Shout out to Pathways, our mutual connection. Shout out to everyone from the school doing things. I've talked to like a couple people from the school, and they're still working, they're still active.
Okay,
and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about your upbringing.
Okay, talk about my upbringing.
I want to talk about your upbringing first. First, can you let everyone know your nationality?
I'm Jamaican.
You're Jamaican. So how is it? Because this is something I've always wanted to ask someone like because you know how in New York City everyone thinks they're Jamaican, everyone thinks they're from some type of island.
Yeah, everybody is from somewhere. We live in America, so everybody is
technically
from somewhere.
Everyone is, no one's from here. But like, tell from someone from who, you know, I was born and raised American. I even asked one time. I asked my parents like, what race, what exactly, you know, what exactly I was.
Nationality.
What
I think you said that
nationality?
to me one time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I asked mom.
Yeah,
Asked mom, like,
you said
you know,
it to me one time. Yeah.
yeah, I asked her, and she was like, "Don't worry about it, you black."
Okay.
So like, that's all I've known. So how is it growing up in a Jamaican household? Like, how is it really?
Okay, so since you want to talk about my upbringing, let's start from the very beginning. I was not born in America.
Okay.
So that's
that's where the difference is. I was born in Jamaica.
I was not born in this country. I was born in Jamaica because as a nationality, people would say, yeah, I'm Jamaican. But what makes the difference is where were you born? Because there's a lot of people that have Jamaican parents, but they were born up here. Like my boyfriend, he has Jamaican parents, but he was born up here. But I was born in Jamaica. Oh, I do have Jamaican parents. My whole family is Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica, and all my cousins, everybody younger than me, was born here.
No, that's good. You know, I was born in Jamaica Hospital, so I feel like
that's fine. That's fine.
That's where the connections lie right there. Because like the reason why I asked, because there's this thing where it say like Jamaicans have like that really high work ethic, like that they're really
that's true.
And I see that in you, and that's why like I'm always curious because you know as a typical American.
All right, all right. You want to know why?
Why? What's up?
All right, I'll tell you why. It's like, how should I'm gonna just say it how you know I don't care. So it's basically like this. When you're an immigrant, because I'm an immigrant, right? And I have a lot of immigrant family. So when they come here from somewhere else, this is a whole new place for them. So I'm gonna explain it to you like this. Back home, there's a lot of people who want the foreign experience too. Like how they said people foreign up here. I have to explain what that really is. When like guys, mostly dudes, would say, oh, foreign this, foreign that. But the truth, what a foreigner is someone who is not native to this land. So when I go back home, foreigners are me. I'm a foreigner. Even though I was born there, they look at me as I'm a foreigner because I don't live there no more. So what goes on there, I technically don't know too much about it because that's not where I live. I live up here. So when I go back home, I'm considered a foreigner, even though I'm a native, but I'm a foreigner. And when they come here, they're the foreigners to this place. So that's the difference. So Jamaican people call America foreign. They call everywhere that's not Jamaica foreign. That's foreign. Everywhere that's not, it's foreign. So when you come to this country, mind you, you know nothing about here.
Shit, I can imagine.
Yes, but luckily, I'm going to speak from my family of older generation. Then I'm going to get down to me because I am technically the first generation to come here and know what America is like because I was raised here. So for say my grandma, because I was raised with my grandparents. I'm adopted, by the way. So I am raised with my grandparents. So for them, they know nothing of this country. So they have to relearn it. They don't know how the money work. They have to learn how the dollars, different between the Jamaican dollars and the American dollars, because it's still dollars. You know, it's not different. Like it's still dollar.
Yeah, it's
money,
still money,
right?
Still currency.
It's currency. So you have to figure out the American currency.
Mm-hmm.
2, where you gonna live? Because if you don't have family here already,
yeah, where would you go?
Where are you gonna go? So you have to have family here already that already set themselves, their lives up a little bit, so you could live with them, and then you figure out what you do with your life. Then you live on your own and you do whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is people who've been here, family members that's here already, what they do is they try to get more of their family back home to come here, because the truth is you're looking for a better life.
Mm-hmm.
Like how people up here is raised in the hood, the ghetto, the projects. If you, a projects here compared to what a projects and a ghetto is back home, that shit is luxury up here. Kid you freaking not, okay?
Yeah, people love to like spend time in 40.
And I'm telling you that it's still the hood. I'm not saying that there's difference, but there's difference because a hood in Jamaica looks way worse than what it looked like up here. I'm telling you, I spent 2 months back home, like 2 years ago. And when I was back home...
That was 2 years ago. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. I spent 2 months, it was more like 3. But when I was there, it's a different experience. Like the hood there is different than the hood here. So, right, that you don't know what you have to, sometimes you have to start your whole everything over again, even down to your education. You probably had a degree when you was back home. Now you have to figure out what you're going to do here. You have to work from the bottom. So they say like a lot of these foreign people, like they would say a lot of the Mexicans and like Hispanics would get these like cleaning jobs. Jamaican people get the cleaning jobs too. You have a degree in your native, but you have to work here.
Yeah.
The only way to get it is working. And sometimes you have 3, 4 jobs. Mind you, you have a degree, but you have a degree back home, but you have to figure out life here now. So you have to let go of your old life. Figure out your new life. And as you're figuring out your new life, figure out how to get more people back home up here also.
Yeah, that's tough. So I see where like you come here with already a sense of purpose.
You come here, yes. And the thing is, that was how my grandparents had to do it. And a lot of like my older aunts, see me, I was raised here. So as they're trying to it's harder when you're older, trying to figure out a new country than when I'm young. So I'm going to school with American kids. I already know how it is. Yeah. I'm raised with American. I had a lot of American friends. So I know how it is. So, but a lot of times when Jamaican people come here, they literally sometimes stay around only Jamaican people. But see, as I grew up here, I am friends with all kinds of people.
That's good.
And that's the difference.
Good. Yeah.
And then you start learning from other people, other nationalities, other races. And I feel like with that's where the older generation, they miss out that opportunity, because I feel like they already have their perception in their mind of how Americans are, especially Black Americans. And it's sad to say that there's a difference between Black Americans and Caribbean and African Americans.
Yeah, it's all different.
African
Americans.
Americans and Caribbean African people. Like I'm talking about the people from the continent of Africa and Caribbean. Because we share the same kind of culture. Africans and Caribbeans, we share a little bit of the same culture, way different from African Americans.
Yeah, I can tell like it's a big difference, because a lot of like the the African American struggle, like people get it, but a lot of times like everyone's going through their own thing, and they like to group all Black people together. So they'll say
in all actuality, not to cut you off, but we all go through a struggle, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't born here. That's a struggle. So that was a huge struggle for literally most of my life. Like, just not being able to do certain things because I'm not an American.
Mm-hmm.
That's a struggle in itself. And I'm going home like, but I want to do what my friends are doing. And then my grandmother telling me, you can't do that. You cannot do what your friends are doing because you're not them. And the thing is, we're all looked at as Black people, but then it's like, she's not from here. So it's a difference.
Yeah, it's different. So I remember it was different. It was different even like back in the day, because I remember I don't know if you remember, I don't remember seeing many proud African people. Like there was some, like there would be some African people, but like they would depending on like how soon or like when they moved to America, they still had that thick African accent. 'Cause I remember we was tough. We was tough back in the day. We used to make fun of African people.
Fun of them. African, Haitians.
But now you see now everybody trying to be one. Everyone's like, let's get back to our roots.
I feel like with that, and that's the thing. Because me, I never made fun of no African, no Haitian.
Yeah, because you knew. I said you knew you were,
Because no, I never did, because one, I'm on the same boat with y'all. Mm-hmm. I had so many friends, they just came here. Because I came here at a young age. So I had so many friends of other nationalities. They just coming up here too. So we become friends. Mm-hmm. So I never made fun of no Haitian. I never made fun of no Africans, because we're literally going through the same thing. So it doesn't make sense for me to make fun of them. We going through the same thing. I mean, honestly, American people make fun of me too. So
America
they
funny
will
like
always say, they will make fun of me. They will make fun of me, and they will make fun of, like, I feel like it's very sad to say, but African Americans will make fun of everybody that's not American.
Yeah, we're gonna change that. We're gonna put up. We're gonna make some petitions for 2021. We gotta in order for us to really grow. In order for us to grow as people together, since everyone else they loop us together, but then but we're fighting amongst each other, not knowing that a lot of us is going through. A lot of us they don't know
fight amongst each other.
Of course. And
I'm not gonna say Caribbean people, everybody fight amongst each other. I feel like Black people fight amongst each other a lot. And the thing is, the sad thing about that is me working with other minorities, also other cultures, other races. What I realized when I worked around white people, and I've been around white people, they could not like each other at all. Mm. But they ain't gonna do a lot of the shit we would do to each other. Because at the end of the day, they know they need each other. I don't have to like you, but I'm going to still have to work with you.
Facts.
I don't have to like you at all, but their focus is, we got to get money together. So let's get this money. I don't care about liking you.
I don't care about your personal stuff.
I don't care about your personal stuff. But we got to get to this bag. And I feel like there's always some type of issue with, I'm not even gonna say African Americans, Caribbeans, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna say Black people, because the same issues in the Black community is in all Black communities, and no matter where you come from, it's the same issue. Mm-hmm. We all suffer the same issues in all Black communities, no matter where the Black community is. It's the same issues.
Good. I believe even if we was to get unified and everything, there's always gonna be rebels. Like there's always gonna be people.
There's gonna be somebody who don't want that, but to be honest, as we have to thrive together, because there's strength in numbers. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that other communities see the strength. If we work together, like, there'll be there's strength among all of us just by working together, and not just us all as a community, men, women, young, old, all of it.
That is a fact. That is a fact. All right, so I brought up all of that to talk about your drive, right? Because you're someone that I always reference to whenever I'm talking to people. Like when people
really,
yeah, I'll talk about you all the time. I'll talk about you all the time. Not because it was just how you work, like how like how you go about your business and everything. It's just, it's inspiring for me as an entrepreneur, and I believe that everyone should have that same drive. And now we know like a little bit of the background behind you wanting to work so hard, and you wanting to
it's me having nothing. It's nothing much more said, but that is having literally nothing. And realizing that the only way for me to get out of my position and get out of what's going on with me is me. There's no other way around it. And I put that in my mind early, seeing everybody around me have to struggle, because nobody was born here. So nobody was born here but the younger kids. So it's like everybody is in their own little struggle. Somebody got to go back to school. Somebody can't go back to school because they're too old. They need to go get a GED. People trying to figure out life, working 2, 3, 4 jobs. Everybody having to live in one house because nobody could get their own home yet. Because it's like, this is not their native country. So it's not like, oh, I could go get a loan. No, you can't. This is not, that's not how it works. So
yeah, a lot of stuff we take for granted is very hard to get.
Yes. So it's like, I wasn't born here either, but I'm young just like everybody else. So as they're figuring out, and I'm watching it, and I started to realize when I get older, I'm gonna have to go through the same shit if I don't figure this out. So I set in my mind, I already know what the odds are stacked against me because I wasn't born here. I already have a lot of other shit going on because of that. So I already said in my mind, the only way I'm gonna get out of this is me. I have to figure this out. And that's just what I did. Is, to be honest, people ask me all the time, how did I start? Google. I'm not even
almighty Google, man.
I looked it up. Like, I literally looked up everything because there was nobody to show me how to do it. There was no blueprint. So all I did was look it up, write it down, figure it out, search. We are in the land of the internet. Everything I've ever gotten was off of the internet. So I just mind your business.
Yo, Google's powerful.
Everything I've ever gotten was literally me looking it up. And that's it. Like, people, the thing is, when I was 18, this is something I always wanted to do. But my grandparents were so strict. So it was not like this is something I could do. It was like always no. I always wanted to model. One, I'm short. It's not. So print was the way to go. I went to the city and I did all that. I got picked, but because I was still young, 18 is, you're grown enough, but you're still not old enough. Yeah. I went to my grandma, she still said no. And it was like, am I gonna live by this no all the time? No, I'm not. So what my other outlet was makeup. Was me building my kit, figuring out how to do my own face, because back then these people, they didn't know how to do my face. They didn't know how to do my makeup. When I'm Black and I'm dark skinned, they don't know how to do my makeup. They don't know how to do my hair. So that's something I figured out how to do on my own.
YouTube and Google. So the power of YouTube and Google.
Exactly, the power of YouTube and Google. Shout out to my friend Kiara, because she was the one who told me to do YouTube, and now I'm doing everything now that I always said I wanted to do, and I was always trying to figure out how to do, and everything is being done now. And to be honest, the thing is this: don't stop. You don't know when it's gonna come, but it's gonna come. You cannot stop. You have to keep going. It's going to take a minute. YouTube didn't pop for me till now. I was doing that shit for 4 years. Okay? I was doing YouTube for 4 years. I was doing all this shit that I'm doing now for about 6 years. Like, it's not gonna stop, because you have to keep going. You have to put the work in. You have to network. You have to get out there. Nobody's gonna know you. Nobody's gonna see you. Nobody's gonna know who you are if they don't see you. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be seen. Like, you gotta be out here. You have to. Well, right now with COVID, but back then, we was out. I understand. Every Saturday. Like, I remember BC was lit. Like, because you're so militant with time, mm-hmm. and you would literally tell me if I'm not ready by like 5, 6, or whatever time you're coming to get me, you're not waiting. So I would. Every single party, every single showcase, every single studio session, when I used to go all the way to the Bronx for my vocal lessons, everything, like every single thing. And it was like, you have to be out here, you have to be networking. And that's all I would do. And the craziest thing is, when I was networking, that's all we would do. And it's great when you have a community of people trying to do the same thing. It'd be you, me, Maria. Damn, I can't even remember, because it was so much of us.
It's so many people.
It was so much of us, and we would. And the crazy shit is this: we would be together, and we would get so much done. Like, what did we do? The one thing I would say, the best thing we did networking is when we went to that yacht party. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. Shout out to MP. It was because of
and we got in there for free. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Because I was talking to the girl who did it. I'm like, what made you want to do it? She's like, I just felt like it. I was just like,
I forgot who was in charge, because I think I know.
In charge, but
I think I know her.
Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The networking, and then you meet other people with that same drive, and then y'all all just do it together, and then y'all support each other, and you go to each other's events, and you support each other's channels, and you support each other's clothing lines, or whatever have you, whatever y'all got going on, and it builds. So with that, like, with everything you do, you invite me on, and with everything everybody else do, I support it. Mm-hmm. So that's the best. That's the beauty of it. So it's like, to be honest, it's just, you gotta be hungry, because I will wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning, looking stuff up, figuring out my next moves, figuring out my next plans, writing things down.
That's so good, because like what you're talking about, like I've been there, and then I lost that hunger, and then like recently, like I've got it, like I got it back. But I realized the reason why I lost that hunger was because I stopped hanging around other people with that drive. Yeah.
No, yeah, for real. Like, honestly, that happened to me. But sometimes you have to. I'm not gonna like push my religion on nobody, or like nothing like that. But sometimes God needs you to be alone to figure out what your next moves are alone. And it's okay, because everybody's hungry, but let's be honest, everybody's journey we doing this alone.
Everyone's journey is different.
Everyone's journey is different. So sometimes I'm not gonna see you. Sometimes you're not gonna see me. Sometimes we're not gonna see each other. How long did it take for us to even get in contact again? a minute, because didn't you leave out of the state?
I think I had moved to Baltimore.
Yeah, you moved back to Baltimore.
I moved to Baltimore for a little bit.
And for that reason alone, it was like, damn, you left. So we used to do this as a group. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was crazy because I knew you was doing this, and all I did was hit you up and ask if I could come with you or whatever. And Baltimore. You was like, yeah. But to be honest, I didn't know if you were serious or not, because I was serious and I didn't really have much going on then. But I was willing, and you just said, yeah. And ever after that, it was just, we was out every Saturday, 2-3 different functions, whatever, we were there. And we did this for such a long time, and then I had to go away to Jamaica. Then I come back, and then you're leaving. So it's like, and then it's like, okay, I already left for 3 months. You have to go. You left.
I think I was going for like 9 months.
Exactly, you left. So it was like, I gotta do this alone. I don't have you there to introduce me to this one and that one and see what's going on, because my first real network experience was with you. And then it was like, okay, I have to do this alone. So I just did it alone. And that was it. Like, I had to be there alone. And it was crazy because it's like, damn, I don't have Reggie anymore. And it was also more so like my brotherly protection there. So it's like, no dudes would try to talk to me.
Yeah, make sure nobody being a creep.
Nobody being a creep. No, none of that other stuff. And it was just like, you want to drink, you buy me a drink, but I ain't drink. So I didn't drink or nothing. So it was always just me, you, and it was never nothing where anything would happen. It was just literally, what we gonna do next? Where we gonna go next? Okay, this is what's happening this day. We going here that day. There's a party over here this day. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna do this. I get off at this time. So it was that, and it was just more like we figuring out how to do our portfolios, what we need to really structure out. Like, again, we need to be trying to get into these big events, and how are we gonna get into these? Who we gotta talk to? It was more like that. So then I leave because all that happened. I started working at the radio. Then I have to leave. I come back. Then you left. So it was like, we got to do this alone. So
I'm so glad that you didn't stop.
Yeah, because it was like I couldn't stop, because it was like, one thing is, you didn't stop. It's like, you didn't stop. So even though you weren't here, we would check in and be like, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing this. I had that, da 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 da. And it was like, good. Because you didn't stop. The person who brought me in didn't stop. I shouldn't stop either. Because if I stop and you keep going, and just out of what if the big break happens and you decide you want to bring me along, I don't got shit going on. I don't, because I stopped. And that's the thing. It goes vice versa. Because whenever it happens for me, and I'm like, damn,
you was the one that kept me. You was the one that kept me going.
And it's like, I need you because I know you do this, I know you do that, I know you know who this person, I know you know that person. It's like, are you still doing all of this? And it's like, if you say no, damn, I gotta find somebody else who I barely know. And it's like, the best thing about it is when you do with people who really care about you, who was there with you from the beginning, who knows what's going on with you. So this way, it feels better to be like, this is genuine. So if I go to you and I'm like, I finally book shows and I'm doing this and that, I'm like, I need a DJ. You could be my DJ. Right, like stuff like that. I want to be on the radio. You already have connects to so many radio stations. And it's like, how can I like stop when you didn't stop. So it was like, you motivated me even though you're not here. And it's like, with that, I got a car. And when you left, I got a car.
Got that car, like, man. I remember it was a red Charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, I gotta keep doing this. And it was like, everything you told me and taught me and showed me, I just continue to do it by myself. And then I got to be in music videos. Like, makeup helped me into like this whole modeling thing, and I always wanted to stay in the back. And then people kept telling me to go in the front of the camera, and I was always like, no, I don't want to do that. But you bringing me out and networking and all this other stuff, it was like, no, I should try that. I should definitely do it. And right, why shouldn't I? I'm already making up everybody else. I'm already doing that. Why shouldn't I? And then let's just do it. And I continue to do it. So yeah, and I wasn't gonna stop, because it was like, the only way, like I said, the only way out of my situation is me. And crazy enough, we wasn't getting paid back then.
Nope.
we wasn't getting paid, but thinking about it now, it's like, that's a good experience. Because we have great stories.
We do it for the experience.
It's a great, yes. And we had, I'm not gonna lie, I had a good ass time. Like, I had a good time meeting everybody, getting to know everybody. Everybody was fun and cool, and everybody had the same type of drive. There's some wild stories, some crazy things went on. We would go to these parties, whatever the hell. Listen, these little industry parties be wild. So
yeah. I remember that pool party.
That pool party was wild. So yeah. Didn't you almost get hit in the head with a speaker?
Most like that's like one of the ones was like falling.
It almost fell on you.
It was falling, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I was telling my friend too, because like as a DJ, yeah, as a DJ, because I was looking at, they got like the little stands. Crazy. I was like, that stand's not good.
No. And the crazy thing is, because you're a DJ, you're like pointing out everything that's going on with other DJs. Like, why they not doing this? Why they don't have that? This, that. And I'm just like, the whole time, like, okay, you're not working. Why can't you just enjoy it?
I have yet to go to a party and enjoy the party. Since I started DJ, even my friend, like my manager, he's been trying to take me out more, because I've been really like introverted since the whole like pandemic. So I've been like really.
I feel like a lot of us been introverted since the pandemic.
Yeah, but he took me out. He took me out to this bonfire, and I noticed, because I used to be very like outgoing. I'm talking to everyone, like having fun and all this stuff. I was just chilling by the bonfire, quiet. Like the same thing. I'm critiquing the DJ. Like I'm looking at the DJ now. I'm like, I don't know if I would have played that song next. But then I look at the crowd. I'm like, okay, it seems like a pretty good song for the crowd. So I'm over there in the corner, just like studying the DJ, studying what's going on. Everyone else is like having fun and like drinking and smoking, and I'm just chilling there, taking it all in.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk also, Miss Tina Channiel. I know that you I know that you model. Now I want to ask you a question about music videos, about girls getting into music videos. Would you consider yourself like a video vixen, or just like someone who appears in videos, like a model or like an entrepreneur or an influencer, just appears in videos and not a video vixen?
I don't know how to say that about myself. But what I do know is that's not where I wanted to go. I did not want to be in videos, to be honest. But it was kind of like, it like fell in my lap. So that's how I would say that, because honestly, I can't remember my first video.
You can look at it You can look at it as
I can't remember
just
the first music video I've done. I've done so
video?
many. Yeah, I don't remember what my first music video was because I've literally done so many.
Then you can look at it as it was an opportunity for exposure, and you took
it. Was an opportunity for exposure. Yes, it was just an opportunity for exposure, and I took it. And it was more like this woman who I worked with. I don't work with her no more, but she was my former manager, and she basically said like, look, what I wanted to do was high fashion. Okay. I wanted to do high fashion, but because of the body that I have, I'm not a size 2. I'm not a skinny girl. I'm a curvy girl. So skinny girls, the fashion industry is very funny. Skinny girls, they do the high fashion stuff. They do the runways. And thicker girls, if you thick and you tall, you can also do like high fashion stuff too, because they have a lane for that called plus size. Me, I'm a thicker girl, but I'm not plus size yet. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say yet because okay, right.
Yeah.
Listen,
I understand.
Listen, my top is small, but my bottom is not small. So I'm just keeping it all the way honest. That's just the way I'm built, and that's how I've always been. So that, and it's like the body you have, you look like, well, now it's more like IG modeling. All the IG girls got the same type of body. And I have that type of body too, but mine's is natural. I'm not gonna call out who natural and who fake, because that's to each is your own. You know, you want to do your body, go ahead, do your body. You want to maintain your naturalness, then yeah, you can maintain your naturalness. But like for me, I'm natural, so I look like an IG model. And to be honest, right now I would kind of say that I am. And there's nothing wrong with that because IG girls get paid.
First of all, IG a legit business now.
IG's it's a legit business. Listen, I've gotten paid off of IG, and I'm very okay with that. However, it was an opportunity for me to get exposure, for me to expand. So I did it. And after that, I've done multiple videos for me to do the same thing. But what I have to say is that's not something that I want to continue to do. However, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with being the well-known video vixen. Like, there really isn't. It's nothing wrong with being like, oh, are you an IG model? Oh, are you a YouTuber? There's nothing wrong with that, because those are legitimate businesses. There are millionaires on YouTube. There are millionaires on IG. There's girls booking show after show after show after show. They are millionaires. Why would I sit here and say, damn, I don't want to do that? I would say that wasn't my initial route. But for what it was, I would say thank God, because I did it and it opened a lot of doors for me. And I'm okay with that.
It got you doing more, more of what you want to do.
I've gotten magazine spreads out of it. I've been in multiple, I would say I've been in multiple. Yeah, I've been in a couple of magazines here and there. I would say now I got like 5 magazines under my belt, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's gonna be more.
It might be, people might say it's scantily clad, whatever, but those are my accolades, and I'll look back on this one day and show my kids. So yeah.
Nah, talk your shit. That's always, like, honestly, there's no,
my kids and say, look what your mommy used to do. I don't think there's nothing wrong with this. All the pictures I've ever taken, every single picture I've ever taken opened the door for me to do something more. So I would never down nothing I've ever done, even when I done it for free. I didn't do nothing out of my character. That's one thing I would say. Whenever I felt uncomfortable, I just said no. And
it's good. The power of no.
Exactly.
I don't know. Making sure you
I'm not gonna sell my soul for a couple of dollars, and I'm not gonna do nothing for no dollars either. Because if the next girl doing it, she don't gotta do that for no dollars. Why should I?
Facts. I was saying like the you know the best person you could try and be is yourself.
And to
Best
be
person
honest,
to try and be is yourself.
that's all I
Oh,
ever did.
I want to talk about your goals, like your future. What's the next 5 years look for Tina Channiel?
So we're gonna do. I want to be a big YouTuber. I would say that I want to be a big YouTuber. I want to have a bigger channel. My channel is growing, and I appreciate everybody who subscribes to me. You guys are amazing. I love all my subscribers, to be honest.
Hey, goody gang.
I have conversations with them. Yeah, we be having conversations with them. I love them, and I want it to expand because I want to be able to do giveaways and give to them for what they give to me. So I want to be able to give something away to some of them. Actually, I'm having a giveaway coming up, 5K giveaway. Okay. So that's one of my goals. And it's just expansion and exposure. And like, that's really it. And one of my main goals is to no longer have a 9-to-5 and have my business pay my bills and pay my life.
Have the work. Have that work pay off.
Yes, have the work pay off. That's literally it. That's my biggest goal. That's my only goal, is to have my work pay me. That's it.
Have the money work for you.
Yes. And I do want to put my music out. I'm not going to say I don't, because I do. But I need to know when the time is right for that, because there's a way you have to do things that I realize, and that's what I've already been doing, is get the fan base, grow the fan base,
grow that core fan base, get that cult following. That's what you need.
Yes, exactly. Then I sing too, and we could drop some visuals, and we could do all that, because it's like I've been in all these videos. I could do a video for myself. I could put out some music on my own. I write. I think I'm very talented at being a writer, as a matter of fact. So I've written for other people. So
already got it going crazy. So look, I got another question for you, right? So I know you in this time past couple of years. So how long would you say you've been doing this?
YouTube,
I would say just being an entrepreneur, like not more.
Tina Channiel.
When did Tina Channiel start? When did
Tina Channiel? Tina Channiel started, I would say, like 5-6 years ago. Tina Channiel started
5-6 years. So in those 5-6 years,
but I didn't have no YouTube.
Nah, it starts out with the brand. So
yes,
Tina Channiel.
Yes.
In the past 5 or 6 years, have you met any interesting people? Like any high profile? Yeah. High profile people, any celebs?
Yeah. I have. Yeah.
Give me your top 5 celebs you've met. People that you vibed with, or just like your fan favorites.
The favorite celebrity that I've met was Kelly Rowland, and she made me cry in front of everybody, and I did not care. Nope. She made me cry in front of everyone. I don't care. It was Kelly Rowland. She invited me backstage, and we had a great conversation. And I asked her if I could if my friend could come back too, and she let my friend come, and we were back there with her having a whole conversation. Listen, the way I met Kelly is I literally told my friend, I want to talk to this lady. And she was like, what? I said, listen, I'm going to talk to this lady. So I had a conversation with her. Nice. I made sure I spoke to her. And if I had to do it in front of everybody, I did it in front of everybody. I don't care. I did it and I don't care.
That's good. That's that, that's that thing. That's the thing I like about you the most too. Like you're just so like, even me, like I have the ideas, but just to go up and talk to somebody is like one of the hardest things for me. Just go up and talk to random. Like I was saying, like for me, I have to be like the center of attention. Like I have to I have to like, you have to be at my event and I go over there and talk to you more than I'm at your event and me going to, because usually like in that sense, I'm chilling, I'm in the background, I'm like, you know, vibing with the party. I'm most likely critiquing the DJ, but I'm not thinking of, you know, going up to the person who runs it. That's why, you know, that's why just watching you, like you, as you say, like I inspire you, you inspire me too. The same.
Yeah.
So that was the first one.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah, that was my first one. How many do I have to name?
Give me 3.
Okay. Method Man.
Method Man.
And I met him recently as he was doing Power. And he was just like, you're really dope. So yes. And that was literally amazing for me to meet Method Man. And he stood out to me because he really gave me some gems and stuff. So that was great.
Can you let us know some of the gems he gave you?
It was basically like, don't let the industry change you. And don't let the higher you go, you let them change you. So it was more things like that, and just keep going, because if you want it, it will come to you. Like, it will literally come if you want it. You have to put it out there. And yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to put it out there. And that's, yeah.
Who's the third?
The third person that I met that literally stood out to me, that made an impact. Gosh. She's a celebrity makeup artist, and I can't remember her name, but damn it, why can't I remember this woman's name? I feel bad. Her name is Beatface Honey.
Beatface Honey.
Yeah, that's her Instagram name. Okay. And I was watching her for years, and that's how I learned how to do makeup. And she done so many people's makeup. And then when I finally met her at a makeup event, I was like, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Cause like, oh my God, this lady. And when I told her, I was like, you're the reason. I'm gonna name another one. Go ahead. Cause it's not just her. I'm like, you're the reason that I got into doing makeup. Not just for people, but for myself, to figure out my own face and my structure and how everything is, right? Her, and this one is just a bonus one. Okay? Okay. This is just a bonus one. This is two. When I was in Jamaica, I met Beanie Man. It was a really amazing experience, because my father told me to go around there, and he was there, and I spoke to him, and I talked to him, and I had a brief conversation with him. And another one is, her name is Lyric, and she's a Jamaican makeup artist too. And yeah, they made impacts on me, because it was like, I've met somebody from where I'm from, 2 people from where I'm from, and the rest of the people is who inspired me while I'm in America. So it's like, that's amazing. And I literally couldn't even believe it.
That's good. Like the reason why I asked, because like it's important, because because as you grow, like the same thing what Method Man was saying, like don't let the industry change you, because there are people watching you now. Like there are people you don't know, who you have no idea, people watching you now, people that's probably been watching you for like 3 years, 4 years, people that was there on the first YouTube channel, who they may have left for a little bit and they come back, they try to check up on you, try and see how she's doing, but like you don't know how impactful you can be just by like following your dreams, just by doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
you know
I realized that
you can be to certain people.
Yeah, I realized that with being such a small channel and it's growing, and everybody who comments under my channel, even like my Instagram, because my Instagram it fluctuates. It's really weird. If I'm not posting, people leaving. So, but I don't really care because it's like people start following me. If I'm not posting nothing, then people just start following me, which is whatever. Because it's like, then get them out, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because then
get
the people who really fuck with me, they gonna come. So get rid of them. Yeah, and it's like people DMing me, telling me how much of an inspiration I'm being, and I just sometimes I feel like I can't believe I'm saying the things I'm saying because just at one point I didn't even want these stories to be told. I didn't even want these things to be known. And the only reason I feel like I did do it and went that route is because somebody has to hear this. Yeah, because originally it was supposed
either
to
you're
be
going to do with that or write a book.
Yeah, I've been told many a time I need to write a book. I am going to write a book. Yeah. I will. So
it's good. We mark it down. We mark it down when this interview takes place.
Yeah.
We can.
It was supposed to be a makeup channel, and then it turned into a whole different thing. It
was good. Yeah, I was actually about to ask you that too. How did Storytime come about?
How did it come? It was just one day. I was just thinking to myself, I was getting ready to do a video, and then like an ex hit me up out of the blue, and I haven't spoken to him for years, and we haven't had no communication. And he just hit me up, and like for whatever reason, it like messed up my headspace. And I did my first story time was about like something small, like me, my first wax, whatever. And that was good. I was like, okay, cool. But it wasn't supposed to be focused on story times because I did a bunch of other different videos after that. And what I think the story time that really kicked it was when I found out that he was cheating on me. So he hit me up. We weren't together, but he hit me up.
He confessed?
He been confessed, but he hits me up and just it just kind of like just confused me. And it was just like, I'm not interested in you anymore, but I don't know why you're hitting me up. So as I'm getting ready to figure out what type of video I want to do, he hits me up and it's like, boom.
Right there.
There goes the video. And I just did the video. And I think at this moment right now, it has some K number. It has some K number. I don't know because I don't really try to check it, to be honest. Like something you told me.
It's good.
Don't check it.
Don't check it every day.
So yeah, I don't check it. To be honest, I don't check it. I stopped checking it because I remember at the beginning I used to tell you like, what do I do? What should I do? Why am I getting subscribers? Why this? Why that? And you literally would tell me like, don't check it. Don't watch the numbers. Just do it. Just keep doing it. And when you told me that, I was like, yeah, like this checking shit is gonna drive me crazy. So I just would post. And that's what I would do. I would just post on my Instagram. I would just post on my YouTube. I would just post on Snap. I would just post. And then one day it just started coming to me and I just kept posting.
Like what I always say, like people like, especially because I've learned this too, like in my like down years, I noticed I used to binge like a lot of people's stuff. Like when I was telling you that, I was driving for Uber, and while I was doing Uber, I would always listen to podcasts. And then whenever I would find a podcast, I would try and go from their first episode to where they are. Like that's just how much time I had in the car.
No, honestly, I've done it too. I've done it too. So when you say trust the process, you have to, because some people literally have nothing. I used to do videos in my basement. In my basement with I went to the fabric store. I got a bunch of fabrics to be backdrops, and I would stick nails in the wall. I need to get a backdrop right here. Exactly. I got a bunch of different color fabrics, stick some nails in the wall, and I would do it on my iPad. And I had lighting. I bought so much lighting because it was so dull and dark in there to brighten the place up. And that's how I did it. And I mean, people watched it, and I was like, I'm gonna keep going, because when I watched these people's first videos when they were doing this 10 years ago, there was no camera quality of what they got going on now.
No camera quality, bad audio.
Barely any audio. So when people go back and see my videos that I did from 4 years ago compared to what I got going on now, I am okay, because it's like I look back at my first video and I'm just like, damn, you really didn't even know you could, you saw in your mind, you knew you wanted to get here. But I look at my old stuff and I be like, I'm glad I didn't stop. Because even when you're starting out in the beginning, sometimes you really don't know what you want to do, but you know, you have an idea in your head what you want to do, but you don't really know how and where and what and how to fixture it and what to really do. And it's like, damn, I want brand deals. I want this. I want that. I want to be a big YouTuber. I want to do this and that. I want makeup. I want clothes. I want people to send me stuff, and I want this and that. Damn, I want to get invited to these and this, that, and whatever. And it's just like, so then do it. And it's like, I just kept going. And the more I kept going, now I'm literally looking around like, damn, like everything I said I wanted to do back then I'm doing it now. When I said I wanted to get brand deals, and I would literally look up how to get brand deals. And I would look up how to be a better influencer. And I would look up how to be a better YouTuber. I didn't look up how to be a YouTuber. I looked up how to be a better YouTuber. And how to be better at what I'm doing. And the day that it clicked in my mind, and it was just tunnel vision from there, and just keep doing it and keep going, because I know what I want and I know how to get there, and I know I could have that. So I'm not letting nothing get in the way of that.
It's good.
And yes, and I don't care. Like I said, it's one mission, and I'm on that because God already showed it to me. So it's done. It's stamped. That's it.
That's good. And I was just talking to somebody, and it was because we was talking about motivation, because they was like, yo, I'm not motivated. I gotta do this. Like I need some extra motivation. And I was reading this book, and they was talking about like how motivation itself is a myth. What we lack and what we need to work on, like as entrepreneurs and everything, is discipline. Like, in an ideal world, you want to go straight from thought to action, instead of like in the middle is motivation. You think you have the thought, then you need the motivation. You need to be in the mood to start doing the action. But you gotta go eliminate that and just go straight from thought to action.
With that, I would say what kept me disciplined is just not having shit. That's what it was.
You don't want to go back.
And I don't want to go back. Like when I look at what I have now, my own place and everything, and how hard I went for this, and how hard I went for a car, and how hard I went for my second car, and how hard I went for my YouTube, and how hard I still go. And it's like, when people would tell me I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't be able to do that, and people told me straight to my face, they hope my channel fail. Okay? So
that's fire. That's fuel for the fire.
That fuel for the fire, okay? Because and I've been hearing no and this and that garbage shit talking my whole life since I got to this country. So, and I didn't let none of that shit stop me. So I'm not gonna let nothing stop me, because these is people who know me telling me this shit, talking shit. Like these people who know me.
The closest one.
And I'm walking in these rooms and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm here making my moves. And these people who don't know me, they fuck with me. And they watching me. Literally, my manager, before we even started working together, he watched me. And that's why he hit me up and he knew, yeah, I could work with her because she's always on her shit. And that I respect.
Mm-hmm. Because then it makes them work harder. Because when the talent is working, because a lot of times with managers, like the talent usually expects the manager to do all of the work. Mm-hmm. But it's the manager's job to just manage the talent's work. It starts and ends with the talent.
So I'm sitting here, I'm doing everything I gotta do, and I'm thinking, damn, I wish I had a manager, I wish I had a team, I'm to this, I wish I that. And it's just like people coming on board. Mm-hmm. People are coming on board. I don't have a structured team yet, but I have people I could call and work with for different things. Mm-hmm. Like if I want to do a photo shoot, I got photographers I could hit up right now and get my pieces and my stuff together. We could just go somewhere and then we shoot. And then I also have people who want to shoot me in their stuff. I have people who sending me stuff. Mm-hmm. I have all kinds of stuff going on, and I'm just those same thoughts in my mind. Like I want to do that, and it's like I'm doing it now, but it don't stop here.
So I gotta ask you.
Keep it going.
I want to ask you another question about being a brand ambassador, right? Because I know a lot of people, everyone on Instagram, everybody wants to be a brand ambassador. Most of the time, they just want free stuff. Can I?
The free stuff is cool.
Yeah, the free stuff is cool, but I want you to just talk on just the work it takes for these brands to notice you. Like, were you hitting up brands, or were after a while?
In the very beginning, when I had like 10 subscribers, I hit up brands. Yes, I did. I hit up many brands, big brands too, and some emailed me back, some messaged me back, and they told me they didn't say no. That's one thing, and nobody told me no. It was more of like a not yet, because nobody said no to me. They literally said not yet. I'm lying. People have told me no. But they didn't say flat out no like that.
It was like, not the right time.
Yeah, for the brands. They would just be like, well, reviewed your YouTube and whatever, and we're looking for someone with a bigger audience. And that will be it. I'll be like, okay, thank you. And that's it. That's it. It stays where it is. And then now I was doing that for like a whole year, hitting up brands. Nobody, it was either we're looking for something different, or you're not ready yet, or you don't have the audience. So I was like, okay, cool. I gotta build my audience. Did that. Now that my audience is where it's a good place, but I want better. I want more. Mm-hmm. And the brands are coming to me. And like I said, it took me 4 years. I had to literally I had to perfect my craft. I have to perfect me. Mm-hmm. So as I did both of those things, the brands started coming to me. Like even with modeling, I was working out. Mm-hmm. So the job started coming to me. So with the brand ambassadorships, they email you. They say where they found you, Instagram, YouTube. Well, for me personally, they say where they found me. And then they just talk about themselves, and then they're like, oh, I want to send you something, yada, yada, yada. Great. And because in the beginning you're excited because this is your first time. So it's like, yeah, you want the free stuff, but let's be real. When it comes down to paying your bills, you cannot pay your bills with stuff.
Mm-hmm. Can't pay bills with free clothes.
You can't pay your bills with free clothes.
No.
Okay? So you could accept the free clothes, but remember, asking you for a post, they ask you to mention them this time, they ask you for this. And to be real honest, they're asking you for a lot and they're not paying you a lot. I'm gonna say this for me personally, because when I started, my first couple of deals came in and I started realizing, they're asking me for the my arm and my leg and my life, and I'm not getting compensated, but I'm getting all this free shit. And I'm sitting here like, okay, this is cute, this is cool, but why the hell am I not getting any money? I'm posting you on my Instagram. I'm posting you. I'm making a whole video dedicated to your products, and I'm putting you in my story, all my platforms, every single platform I have, you're on it, and I can't get compensated. No. So I started writing up my own little contract. They sent out their contract. I sent out my contract. Okay, you want me to post? Yeah, hell fucking yeah. You want me to post, you want this, you want that, and da-da-da-da, and the next. And I send out, this is what I am asking. And I'm not asking for a lot. And because of that right there, people who want you, they will pay. Because to my white counterparts, they pay them. To my lighter skin counterparts, they pay them. So I want to get paid too. Because you can't come tell me, oh, I'm a smaller brand, you can't pay me, but I have 1,000+ viewers. Yes, the hell you can. Okay?
Just like that.
You cannot look at my Instagram and tell me, oh, we cannot pay you, because yes, you can, because I get 300-400 likes. Yes, the hell you can. Because to another girl, you will pay her, right? So you pay me too. Pay me, because when the prices go up, you probably won't be able to afford me. And I'm not saying that to try to be cocky. I'm saying that to be serious.
That is true.
To a lot of these Black influencers, put a price down, put a price tag on it, and you let them pay you for your time and your services, because that contract is in there. They tell you, okay, you want this, you say yes, you say this, you say, okay, I accept, whatever have you, you get the product, and then they tell you after that, they want you to post this time, they want you to mention it that day, they want you to this, that, and third, and then you need to get paid.
You see, it's crazy. I wish I would have talked to you before, right? So during quarantine, I got hit up by a brand. I'll probably say their name a little later. I got hit up by a brand. I thought it was like a legit thing. They didn't. I forgot if it was email or if they just like direct messaged me. They was like, "Yo, we're looking for."
But I'm gonna say this, not to cut you off. I've been hit up by big brands. So when people say I'm just a little YouTuber, yeah, I'm just a little YouTuber, and these big brands are watching.
They're watching. You don't know.
I've gotten hit up by bigger brands, yes, and I've contemplated.
You know what?
Yeah, I've been hit up by bigger brands, people who want to use my stuff in their in YouTube TV and Snapchat TVs and stuff like that. Yes, and they don't want to pay me. You're on Snapchat TV and you don't want to pay me. Hell no, you cannot use my content. No.
they try to get free stuff.
That's they do.
They try to get free promotion.
Exactly, and that's not fair.
No.
Yeah, these brands who are TV network brands have hit me up in my email asking for content. They want to use my content. They want to put a watermark on there, and they don't want to pay me for clips out of my stuff. No.
Yeah, yo, I got duped by Chic. I don't know if you know Chic in NYC. It's this I guess this clothing brand.
It's topical.
Yes. I think I've got an email by them as well.
I was talking to whatever representative that was emailing me, and they wanted me to, they was like, yo, we're gonna give you, because the thing, it was like my first time, like with like I would say a bigger brand, because they just had a lot of followers. So I was like, all right, it must be a big brand. I didn't do any research or anything. I didn't do any research. I was just like, you know what, I'm going, because I'm, you know me, I'm a both feet in type of guy. Like I don't go
and
1 foot in test the waters.
You do that with everything. You do that shit with girls. Crazy.
Both feet in. Let's do it. Cause I'm all or nothing. It's all or nothing.
I know.
I can't do anything halfway. If I'm gonna do it halfway, it's not gonna be.
And it honestly, sorry, but it fuck you up every time.
It does. But you know what? I take those mess ups, I take those failings, I just lessons learned, you know? But I would have never learned the lesson if I was there.
What did they say to you? Like,
they was just like, oh, we're gonna what they didn't say they was gonna send me stuff. They said we was gonna give you percentages off. Like they would give me like 75% off on like clothes. I was like, yo, we'll do some stuff to like you know, they didn't tell me anything about paying or anything. It was like, yo, we want you to rock our stuff. But I was looking at the shirts, so they had shirts. 75% off of that shirt was still $128. And I was like, it was right after, you know, we got them big checks from the government. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's buy some stuff. One, never got it. Never got the clothing. Never got the anything. Never heard back from them since. And I was just like, you know what? That's
I'm
one of those.
all y'all niggas. I'm teaching all of y'all. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, after that, I was like, you know what? I think I was talking to some people too, because I know some people who work with them. Like, I have a friend, she's a dancer. In her profile, she has a chic shirt. But I'm probably thinking it's one of those situations where she actually got her order, but they still never hit her up. And I think that 75% off thing is a sham too.
All right, I'm gonna say this with that. I've gotten hit up from them before, and the thing about brands, the thing is, honestly, I would say to you, with things like this, you need to get a mentor, and someone who can help you navigate the real from the fake, and who can really tell you how to do things, and you do it in your own way. I have a mentor, and I thank God for her, because she was the one who really pushed me into modeling and doing everything I'm doing right now. And I spoke to her. Also, you need to speak to people who are in the industry a little bit to understand the scams of the industry. I know two people. I have a mentor, and I have somebody who is in the industry, and she works with industry people because she works with my manager. She lives in Atlanta now. And when I get emails that don't really make sense, but they're supposed to be brand deals or whatever, I run it by her. And I ask her, what is this? And what does this mean? And she'll look into it, and then she'll look them up, and she'll do a lot of that for me, and I'm doing it too, because just don't give people off your work. Do the research for yourself. So I'm looking into it as well, and then later on we link up again on the phone, and she'll tell me if it's a good thing or it's not a good thing, because a lot of the times she's told me that this is not real. And what I know now, I'm not gonna say what I know, because this is things I'm learning as I go also. When you're getting a brand deal, you get everything free, okay? You are not supposed to get any percentage off. You are supposed to get the product fully free. Why? Because they are using you to promote their brand. Also, like I said, with the payment, you should be getting paid. There's two ways to get paid. They pay you up front, or they pay you later. So that's something, but that's something you have to work out with the brand, because everybody's different. Either they want to see how shit goes. Sorry, okay. They want to see how things go. Okay, so they want to see how things go first. They send you a product, they see how it go, they get some sales from you, whatever, they pay you, and then they probably send you some more stuff. Because that happened to me. I'll say I got a brush, a face cleansing thing, and then I got paid. And then because they liked the video and they liked everything, they sent me some more stuff. But I did the video, and from what I realized is, I guess that they want more from me. And it's like, you gotta pay more. So it's like, if that's not happening, I'm not doing it. So you have to realize what's real from what's fake. Also, another thing with these brands, they're not gonna hit you up more than once. They might hit you up twice, email, because it might be a scam mail. It might go into like some other mail thingy that's not, you know, regular, like your regular box. It might go to another, like a scam or what's the other one?
Like the spam.
Spam or
spam folder.
Spam folder. I think that's the only one. Spam folders, right?
Yeah.
It might go. I have a lot of brands in spam folder. I actually check my spam folder now because I'll be missing out on deals. Because then when I answer them back, finally they don't respond. So it's like damn, I could have had that under my belt, and that would be a good one. But yeah.
Okay, so that's a good. I never even thought to check the spam folder for like different.
Check your spam folder. You don't know. You gotta check your spam folder for people who email you. That's what I realized. Because this one brand that I'm thinking working right now, I'm gonna say who it is. I'm not gonna say who it is, but they emailed me again saying, we emailed you before. I'm just, they're following up because hoping that it didn't go to spam. And I'm like, oh shit, this was in the spam.
Oh, so that's when you made you go back.
Everything that was in spam. Come like, because this whole time I don't really know what's in spam or what spam is for. I'm thinking it's for this bullshit, but it's a lot of brands in there that were trying to reach out to me, but they wasn't able to. And now, because I reached back out to them, they don't want to work with me now because it's too late.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, that's some good gems.
Yeah. I mean, you live and you
learn. See, that's why those experiences are so good. So, we talked about brands. We talked about your. And they come back again and again and again. That makes me want to check my spam folders because my problem is I have too many emails. Yeah. I have like for each because you know how I change my name. With every name I've had two emails connected to that name. I know. No, this is the last name. This is the last name. G the Prince. That's the last one. Actually, I don't know because I'm trying to get just the G, but I think G the Prince is gonna be the like tagline. But I want to. It's like G would be short for G the Prince. That's the goal. But I think for every new name I've had like a book so and so, and then a regular like my IG. So if every IG I make a new email, and I don't know what if people because I'm thinking now like people could have been hitting me up. Still thinking I was going by the old name. And man, I gotta remember those passwords now. I gotta try to remember those passwords and everything. But look, we've been on for like 2 hours. Like it's about to be 2 hours. So we're gonna wrap it up. Is there any last words of inspiration? Anything you want to tell someone watching this that may be interested because they're not watching this for me. They would be watching it to hear your story, to hear your upbringing. People watching this in the future. There's gonna be people 5 years from now just randomly clicking on this video and being like, oh, that's how she started. Oh, that's where she was 5 years ago. You're gonna be like 30 million followers, 30 million subscribers deep by then. But like, what do you have? Like, what advice do you have for people like coming up in the industry now?
Well, as I'm still coming up.
Yeah, I know though. That's the best person to learn from. Someone because you have people that's already there trying to teach, but we need to hear from people who's on the come up.
Yes, as someone that's still doing it, is don't ever let where you come from determine anything, because that means nothing. This is something my mom tells me every single day. It's not about where you come from, it's where you're going. So all that other shit, don't let it stop you. And as a matter of fact, don't let nobody stop you. Don't let mother, father stop you. Don't let boyfriends, girlfriends stop you. And if anybody tries to stop your dream, you cut them off. So don't stay focused, because it's gonna happen. And it might take you a long time, but you have to respect that journey, because it's gonna make you. It's going to literally make you, because it's like, I see you, it's going to make you. This journey will make you, and it will help you understand who you really want to be in the long run. So don't rush it. Take your time.
Don't rush it.
Don't rush it, because when you jump in this thing too fast, it could all end for you fast. So take your time. It's just take your time, stay focused. Don't let not having no money make you want to stop. Like, don't let not have, because we did this shit. We didn't have no fucking money, okay? We didn't have no money. We did this shit for free. We up and down all over the place trying to figure out how to even get in for free, going through back doors. Listen, just keep doing it. Like I said, respect the fucking grind, because it's gonna make you. When you understand how to grind and how to grind for yourself and how to figure it out, everything else is gonna work itself out.
That's good. That's good. That's really powerful. That's honestly, it's important. It's an important thing to learn, because I've noticed, like,
a lot of
times,
don't
gotta learn. Gotta keep learning.
There's no dumb question. None. There's no dumb question.
Ask all the time.
So many questions.
Don't assume you know everything.
Don't assume that too. Don't assume you know everything, because you really don't know shit.
Don't know nothing. I used to think I knew everything. I knew when I was like 18, 19, I'm like, yo, I got this figured out.
I didn't know. I never thought I knew everything. I was always willing to learn everything. Always willing to learn.
I had to get there. I had to get there. I had a very big head.
And you gotta hang out with people that's hungry like you.
Oh, wait, one more question before we leave. So so what do you say to people who are maybe loyal, right? They're loyal to their friends, or they're loyal to like a business partner, but that person doesn't have their best interest in them.
All right, I'm gonna say this.
This is something cut them off.
I see that, because that happened to me too. This is something I seen a young M.A. interview, and she was like, "You really," and this is I did this shit, so it fucking works, okay? You don't have to be loyal to your day ones. You don't. And just because y'all day ones, y'all grew up together, if you and them don't have the same vision, it's not gonna work no more. It's okay to let old friendships go. I've done it. Okay? By the time we started doing what we had to do, all my old friends, I didn't speak to none of them no more. And I made new friends, and I made new associates, and I met new people. So you gotta get with people that is in line with what you got going on, because a lot of the time that old shit could deter you, it could hurt you, it could bring you down, it could keep you stagnant. And if you don't want to stay stagnant, you have to leave them behind, because the thing is this: growth. You have to grow in life. That's what life is about, is growth. And if you're not growing with me, then you going against me. And that's just that. Because sometimes your day ones could be the ones that's the most jealous of you. A lot of these people, day one, they kill them. They're preying on their downfall. They fuck their girlfriend and their damn boyfriend. It's crazy. Okay?
They do it for clout. Do that shit for clout after a while. All of that, too.
Clout and whatever else, money and this and that. Listen, you don't have to stay loyal to no damn body. Okay? You stay loyal to you and your vision, and whoever's a part of that vision. Okay? And that's how that has to go. You stay loyal to you, your vision, and you stay loyal to who is a part of that vision. Because if you and me, this is how I even deal with niggas I date. If they dated. Sorry, babe. If they cannot understand, if they can't get with, I'm not saying, like, if they cannot understand me and that I model, that I'm gonna be around different guys, I'm gonna be doing this, doing that, I have to get naked, whatever, and they try to stop me, they get cut off immediately.
Like
I don't
that.
wait, you are cut off.
Said straight like
Straight
that.
like that. You are cut. Yes, I've cut many. I don't care. You don't even get an explanation. You are cut off. If you don't want to help me, you cut off. You don't want to support me, you are cut off. Because if you don't believe in me. That's how I see it. You don't believe in my vision. You don't believe in what I'm doing. You don't believe in where I'm going. And I cannot bring you with me. I can't, because in my mind, what I already see is you don't believe in me. You don't see nothing that I'm doing makes sense to you. So the minute everything popped for me, that's when you're going to start believing in everything.
Be like, yo, I was there in the beginning.
I was here all along. No, nigga, no. No, hell no. You here all along? Hell no, you was not here all along. You trying to get on. And now that you on, you're gonna, who knows what you're trying to do now that you on. You probably try to mess around with some girls that I'm cool with. And things like that. It's like, no, I can't have that. And it's like, that's why I say I'm cutting you off. To this day, if anybody is trying to do nothing to mess up anything I got going on, you are getting cut off. And that goes for family, friends, anybody. I really don't care. You try to fuck up my vision, you get cut off.
Straight like that. And that's how we're gonna end it. Just like that. So that's good. So I want you, right, to just let the people know where to find you, where to Google. I wouldn't even say like your social medias. Let them know where to Google.
You can Google me. You can Google me, as a matter of fact. You can Google me. Yes, you can. Google has me down.
Yeah, we got the name on the bottom too, Tina Channiel.
As you could Google me, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a partner with Google, so you could Google me. So.
With that, see.
Yes.
Before anything, it was like, nah, I'm gonna partner with Google so that my name pops up.
Yes, yep. I'm Google certified over here. Yes, you can Google me.
That's good. You don't know how many people, like, I'll be trying to find, like, I hear them and I'm like, yo, I want to find that person. First thing I go to is Google.
You can Google me.
That's good. All right, so I'm gonna keep in contact with you. We're gonna update. It's not gonna be the first time that me and you speak here. Well, this is a platform that I'm gonna try and keep up with all of my friends throughout their career. Yes. So this is something. It might be like every couple of months.
Okay.
Maybe a couple times a year. We'll just sit here, chat. We'll just talk shit, have fun, have a drink.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out a way not to drink so much. I had like five cups. I gotta sip. That's my problem. I don't sip.
Yeah.
But all right, hold on. We're out of here. Yes. Make sure you guys come back. I don't have a schedule for this, of course, but I'll be dropping periodically.
Who knows?
Oh yeah, who knows? That's the title. That's the title of this episode. Who knows? Who knows with Tina Channiel and G the Prince. All right, bye everyone.